fire that has spread to the peak of Mount Wilson. We're going to go up to Stu, who's in Skyfox right now. This could interrupt our communication system and the way we broadcast to you. Good morning, Stu.
Hey, good morning, and yes, that is correct. We were showing you that earlier on in the last show about how that fire of the Eden fire made its way all the way up to the top of Mount Wilson. Skyfox, we got a honeydew list. We made our way back out to the Palos Verdes area, but you can still see a lot of that smoke. What the problem is behind that smoke are antennas, huge antennas. They're called repeaters, and that's how we broadcast the show over the air. If you're watching us that's not on cable or not on the internet and still using an off-air type of system, this might actually interrupt that system. So that's the reason why we're talking about this right now. Look at all that smoke. I'm going to talk about that for just a moment. Take a look. This is all the smoke. If you are in San Gabriel, Pasadena, West LA, downtown Los Angeles, Hollywood, and you're like, wow, all that smoke, that's not actually the Palisades fire. That is all from the Eaton Canyon fire, and it made its way all the way up to the top of Mount Wilson. All that smoke and everything that you're seeing right down there, that is the areas that are being covered by that smoke. That's Santa Monica, that's Santa Monica Airport right there in the shot. Now, Skyfox actually up over the Palisades fire, and we actually had the DCA just moments ago doing some orbits. This is the actual Palisades fire. The most of the smoke from this is making its way out over the ocean and actually going out towards Ventura and Oxnard. So there is a lot of smoke out here. There's still a lot of activity. They did have the DC-8 here. They were going to do some FOS check drops. They are really still trying to work to get this thing locked down before those winds really start picking up again. Right now, there's the DC-8. I'm not sure if he just did the drop or if he's still setting up, but you can see them actually out here. They're bringing in the big guns. They are taking this moment when the winds are a little bit lighter, and they're bringing in the big fixed wings, and they're going to start dropping a lot of that FOS check, that red fire retardant out here to kind of just box in these the flames that are still active up on the hillside. So if the winds do kick up, there's a good chance that it will just basically run to a line and burn itself out. That is what they're hoping for. But right now, though, still a lot of devastation out here, and of course we saw this earlier on, but I know that we were just supposed to talk about the repeater, but there's so much going on out here, and especially from the air, and we got this visuals from all these different angles. I needed to share it with you all. Sending it back to you all in the studio.
Stu, I'm checking this, which by the way is an amazing app. It's called Watch Duty. It gives you updates on evacuations and whatnot, and it says the crews conducted defensive firing at Mount Wilson, and they report that everything is going good. This is per radio traffic, and that no infrastructure has been impacted. Is this something that you're seeing as well up there in Skyfox?
Well, when we were on the other side of the smoke and we could actually see the antennas, I was actually wondering what was actually going on up there, because we didn't see any active firefighters or anything moving around like aircraft. When we went to this side of it, which would be the west side of the smoke plume, we did see a couple of LA County fire helicopters, but they weren't making any effort to go up there. So actually, I did think to myself, I wonder if they're doing backfires just to clear the brush in the area, taking advantage of what was going on. And they know how strong those winds are, but there's been times in the past where a backfire might actually create more of a problem than they intended. But if the fire does get to any of those buildings out there and the power does go out, that's going to create problems for communications for first responders. It'll create communications problems for us. Anybody that's watching Fox on an off-air system, they might lose that signal until we get that repeater back up. So that's one of the big concerns right now, but all that smoke is also a huge concern for a lot of folks out there. I mean, even up in Skyfox, a lot of times we can say, well, we're up in a helicopter, but lately, today, my eyes are watering. This is really tough stuff, and I can just imagine what a lot of folks are dealing with down there on the ground.
Wow, Stu. Okay, thank you for that. So as Stu mentioned, that fire is burning near Mount Wilson, and yes, it could impact the way we